Ooh, this is gonna be quite an interesting and juicy video, a bit of a different one, definitely a shorter one. But what I want to talk about in this video is the difference between making 10K a month and making 50K a month. And the reason why I'm motivated to make this video is because about 10 to 11 months ago, I was making around 10K a month, and now all of a sudden my income has jumped to 50K plus per month. And so first things first is that might sound like a very preposterous comment. And if you're not new to my channel, you obviously know that the lessons, the experience that I share in this channel are not for me to brag. It's just for you guys to be able to take some of the strategies, some of the mindsets, some of the mental processes, apply it for your own life and get very similar results. And so what I've always found fascinating about the entrepreneurship space is that you may go for 6 months without making a penny. For me, for example, I run a social media marketing agency, and for the first 4 months, I hadn't signed one single client, literally 0 clients to my name for 4 months. And then again, all of a sudden, the 7th to 8th month, I signed 3 clients in 1 single month and scaled my income to 10K a month. And so the funny thing to me, and unfortunately, most people give up right before that big breakthrough. And what they don't account for, unfortunately, is that exponential growth that you can see with your income when you're an entrepreneur. For me, for example, it was incredibly hard to picture myself making 50K plus per month, simply because you don't understand that the version of you right now cannot make that amount, but the version of you in 7, 8, 10 months can make that amount. And so what I want to share in this video is the inner and outer transformation that I went through to scale my income from 10K a month to 50K a month. Some of these strategies that I use, some of the things that changed in my life to make sure that I could make that amount, and how you can apply it in your own life, whether you're making 0 with your social media marketing agency or your online business, or whether you're making 10K a month and you're trying to get to 50K a month. It really doesn't matter. It's all about transformation, inner and outer transformation. And this video is going to show you some of the things that I did, some things that I applied in my own life, so you can apply them in your own life. And so the way I'm going to structure this video is, first we're going to talk about the inner transformation, which unfortunately is something that not enough people talk about, right? Most people always focus on the strategies, the hacks, the tactics, right? Whereas a lot of success comes down to your routines, your mental processes, your mindset, whether you are constant with your habits, etc., etc. So we are going to be talking all about that on that first section. And on the second section, we are going to be talking about the outer game, the core business tactics that I implemented in my businesses to scale from 10K to 50K a month. So I'm incredibly excited for this. I think it's going to be a bit of a different video, but very helpful for those of you who are trying to build your income, trying to really scale things up online. And without further ado, let's go right into it. So the very first thing that allowed me to go from 0 to 10K a month and from 10K a month to 50K a month is understanding my value better. When you're just starting out, it's very, very hard to actually comprehend your value. And that's why a lot of people struggle to charge those big retainers, right? Obviously, if it's granted a big retainer. And here is the thing, that is completely normal. I don't blame you if you don't understand your value, because when you're just starting out and you don't have wins under your belt, it's very hard to behave in abundance and as a high value entrepreneur, simply because you don't have the confidence that small wins can give you, right? And so it's incredibly normal, especially if you don't have a pricing process, like for example, I have at this point with my agency, to underprice your services at the start. It's also incredibly normal to feel a bit nervous and a bit awkward and weird when you charge a client 3K a month or 2.5K a month, right? Are you really worth this amount? And those type of questions are incredibly normal when you're just starting out. But as you start getting a few wins under your belt, as you start progressing as an entrepreneur, what happens is you really start understanding your value as an entrepreneur, which means 2 things. Number 1, you start charging more and adding more value because you're getting even better at your job, right? But you charge more, you command higher retainers, you command higher fees for your consulting services, whatever it is, right? Your time is much more valuable to you because you are a high value person and you're worth a lot, and you know it, right? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is you understand the things that you shouldn't be doing yourself, and you get crystal clear on the things that you are great at and you should be spending your time on. And that was really big for me, right? Because I'm the type of person who is very ambitious, very motivated, but I also think I can do everything myself, right? I think I could work a 12, 14-hour day and conquer the world, right? And oftentimes I try to do that, right? Every single day. But I found myself spending a lot of time on things that didn't actually move the needle forward, on things that I shouldn't really be doing myself. And I could just pay someone to do it for me, right? Someone who could potentially even do a better job than me, right? And sure, I could pay that person 500 or 1K or 2K a month, right? But the time that frees up, I could spend it on signing new clients, on creating new systems, right? That are going to create 10K, 20K a month in value, right? And so when you start thinking like that, when you start thinking, okay, I could spend this money, right? I could hire this person to do this job for me so I can free up this time because I know I'm very valuable. And if I focus on the things that I'm great at, the amount of time that I would have spent on that task that I'm paying this person 500 for, now I'm going to be able to take this time and energy and create 10K, 20K of value with that time. And that actually brings me to the second massive change that I underwent during my entrepreneurship journey. And again, this also applies when you're making 0 a month, and I wish I would have implemented right from the start. And so if you're at that point, make sure you implement this. And what it comes down to is understanding that excellence often doesn't mean adding more stuff. Most people, when they think about success, when they think about making a lot of money, when they think about being successful in the online space, they think about adding a ton of stuff to their plate, right? The more they can do, the better. And I've definitely fallen into that trap. But here's the thing, what you want to do instead is you want to make sure you have monastic obsession and focus on 1 to 2 max things at a time. And you want to make sure you go on an elimination diet. And what I mean by that is you want to make sure you get rid of all the non-essential tasks that you're doing every single day. You want to make sure you audit every single minute, every single hour of your day and ask yourself, should I really be doing this? For example, when I was just starting out with my agency, I was taking way too many trainings on how to become a Facebook ads expert, an email marketing expert, basically a ton of different services. And I was trying to become an expert at this specific service. I was also doing a ton of different outreach methods. I was doing email, I was doing LinkedIn, I was doing Instagram, I was doing Facebook, I was doing video audits, I was doing strategic partnerships, I was tapping into the power of my network. And by the way, a few days ago, I actually put together an in-depth training, 42 minutes on all those outreach methods that I just mentioned. I will put it right here probably. If not, it will be linked in the description. But essentially, I was doing a ton of different outreach methods. I was also doing a ton of lead sourcing, right? I was also doing a ton of manual email outreach, sending out hundreds and hundreds of cold emails every single day. I was also hiring for my team. I had one too many team members when just starting out. And so I had a very bloated operations and I was doing a lot and I felt like I was productive, but in reality, I was running around kind of like a headless chicken. I truly believe that making 6 figures or 10K a month is truly not rocket science. And once you get to that figure, you will realize what I'm talking about. But essentially, I was doing way too many things. And I see so many people in this space do a lot of things. They do a ton of different outreach methods. They do content marketing. They post content on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. They also get heavily involved in the service delivery and are in the trenches every single day for their clients, which by the way, is an amazing thing to do, right? But you really want to make sure you build a team. They also do all the manual reporting themselves. They don't have a system for reporting. And so what happens is you realize that you're made out of flesh and not zeros and ones. You're not bits in a computer. And so it's very, very hard to scale this operation. And not only that, but you start burning out, right? And you start hating the one thing that you absolutely loved, which was creating an online business, right? Because now you become a slave to your business. And so what I started doing is I started creating systems for reporting. I started creating automated systems for communication as well. I really honed down on 2 to 3 outreach methods and I completely automated those methods. I really started to focus on the number one thing, which was landing meetings and making sure that I was able to close these meetings on a call. So I started actually focusing on way more important things, which was, for example, dissecting all the calls, making sure that I got incredibly good with sales calls. I also hired people that were more 360 digital marketers, so they could do a few things. They could do maybe Google ads and Facebook ads, and they also had a bit of an idea as to SEO and conversion rate optimization on e-commerce websites. I also hired an email marketer who could also do a bit of content marketing. And so I really started to decrease the complexity of the operation, and that gave me so much more focus going forward. So that's really the second thing that I implemented for my inner game. And the third and final thing for my inner game is incredibly vital, and it's something that most people don't actually pay any attention to, and that is protecting your energy at all costs. In 2021, and I've made this a habit even in 2020, but this year is going to be even more important. And what I mean is I constantly tell myself, no one with my energy. And I truly mean that, because you start realizing that as you pack on more responsibilities, as you start making 10, 20, 30K a month, right? And you start building teams, and the team starts to grow, your responsibility starts to grow, you have more burden on your shoulders. You come to realize that your energy is without a doubt the most precious resource, and you don't want anyone or anything messing up with that. And so when I was starting my agency, I messed around with my energy a lot. I would, for example, have big lunches that would make me tired after lunch, and so my afternoons would not be as productive. I would also drink caffeine. I did not make sleep a priority, right? For example, I would work until 10:30 p.m. and then I would hop into bed at 11 p.m. and then I'd wake up at 6 a.m. So not only was I not giving myself time to wind down, but the sleep quality was probably absolutely horrendous. And another thing that I did is I sacrificed sports and working out. So I would work out maybe 3-4 times a week, but for a lot of days I would just not be active. Maybe I'd do a little work on my standing desk, but my rationalization was that the 1.5 to 2 hours I would have spent on the sauna and working out and taking a cold plunge, if I could just invest those into my business, then I would be so much better off. And to an extent, that is true. If you're trying to become very successful at an online business, for example, you can probably not be a bodybuilder, simply because I truly believe that you have to pick one single thing and become an expert at it, right? But a lot of the things that I just mentioned, I failed to realize that these things are multipliers. And what I mean by that is, if you meditate, if you go to the gym, if you if you work out, if you go for a walk, if you eat very clean, maybe keto, paleo until at least dinner, right, which is what I do, if you cut caffeine, these are multipliers. Sure, you may spend 15 minutes meditating or 1 hour at the gym, but those 15 minutes will give you an extra 1-2 hours of focus work that day. That 1 hour at the gym will make you much less foggy when you're working, so your output will actually be much greater. And that's what I failed to realize, the fact that sure, you're investing time up front, but these things are a multiplier. And so now with my monastic obsession with protecting my energy, I, for example, cut out pretty much all carbs until dinner. At dinner, I pretty much have all the carbs for the day but essentially, that allows me to go through the day without pretty much any crashes. I also got rid of caffeine, which is absolutely great because I regained my normal energy levels. I stayed very consistent with my routines, meditating, reading, etc., etc. And these all acted as multipliers to really propel me to that 50K a month. And the final and fourth thing on the inner game is something that probably sounds very weird, for a lot of you, but I started to laugh more, right? I started to take things much less seriously, and I truly believe that when you are on that wavelength where you're not really taking life very seriously, especially because if you compare that version of me to the version of me when I was just starting my business, I was very logical, I was very in my head. I wouldn't say I was angry, right? Essentially using negative energy to fuel me. And you can definitely do that at the start. I think is incredibly powerful, but it can only last you so long, right? You cannot go for 1, 2, 3 years with that negative energy. And I truly believe that when you can tap into a more positive energy, a more kind of free will energy, where you're not so stuck up and you're not trying to prove people wrong, but you're acting from a place of abundance, when you're acting from a place of bliss almost, when you're acting from a place of like, hey, life is beautiful and I'm building incredible things here, then your work will almost become effortless, right? And it's a very weird concept to understand if you haven't been through it, but essentially, when you start making work hard because you are attaching negative emotions to it, you're saying, I need to do this, right? I need to accomplish this, or otherwise this will happen, right? When you're acting through positive emotions, work becomes almost effortlessly. And since you're just cruising through the universe and through life in a much more positive mindset, you're actually attracting way more things to you. I know it's a bit of a weird concept, but to wrap that point up, it is completely normal and fine, I would say. In fact, I would say probably effective and productive to act from a place of negativity at the start, to tap into that dark energy, but it cannot really be sustained. And so once you get to your goal, once you get to 10K a month, make it a habit to laugh, make it a habit to, at least once a week, go for a dinner with your friends, go out for a drink if that's what you like, right? Really decompress and really start taking life less seriously, because when you tap into that wavelength of thought, when you tap into that frequency, things really become so much easier. So that is that for the inner game, and now into the outer game. Oh, but before we get into the outer game, if you've enjoyed the inner game, if you've enjoyed the first part of this video, I would really appreciate if you just gently tap that like button right there. Helps a ton with the algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. Keeps me motivated to creating these videos for you. And with that being said, let's get back into the video. So now on the outer game side of things, and this is going to be particularly important for those of you building a social media marketing agency. The first thing that I did, and I briefly mentioned this on the inner part, but I started to double down on the things that I should be doing instead of the things that I should be delegating. And so, for example, I got clear on what generated results. I got clear on the outreach methods that were best suited for my niche, for my strengths, for my weaknesses, and then I doubled down on those. And that really decreased a lot of complexities. For example, one of the things that I didn't really like, or that wasn't really working for us, was Instagram outreach, and we decided to shift away from it. Now we're coming back to it now just to try it, because I constantly want to try things, even though it might not have worked in the past. Maybe a different strategy will work now. But essentially, I got clear on my winning outreach methods. For me, was email, LinkedIn, the video audit method, and the value-based follow-up. And basically, I doubled down on those, completely automated my outreach for the most part. I also tried a bunch of different methods, like for example, running ads to a case study funnel. I did that. I built a whole case study funnel for a week and a half. I did that, and then it turned out to not yield the same type of results that my automated sales funnel was yielding. So I tried a bunch of stuff, but really doubled down on the things that were working for us. So essentially, I picked 2 to 3 outreach methods, completely automated it, put together my automated sales funnel, which is the one that lands me 100 plus meetings every single month, which is the one that my one-to-one mentees, for example, get to copy and paste for my one-to-one mentorship. And that automated sales funnel, that predictable way of landing meetings, really took my agency to a whole new level. The second thing is I hired better talent. Now, when I first got to 10K a month, the talent that I had in my team was the talent that I had hired was the byproduct of me hiring talent pretty much rushed and not really given as much attention and focus as I should have in the past, simply because I followed the advice of most people out there in the space who don't really put a lot of time and energy into their hiring decisions. And so that got me to 10K a month, but I realized that it was causing me a lot of stress, a lot of friction, because these people were good. They were B players, but they were not A players, right? And the difference between a B player and an A player is not like a 10%, it's literally a 10x. So when I put together my full step-by-step hiring process, is a 3-step process. When I put that together, I interviewed 100 plus people. I started landing really good A players for my team, and that reduced a lot of stress from my side because they were proactive. They did things on a timely manner. They got incredible results. And so reduced a ton of my stress. Also allowed me to focus on what I should be focusing on, because back when I had B players, I was putting out a lot of fires that I shouldn't have, simply because they were not either proactive, or they just didn't go the extra mile, or they just didn't pay as much attention to detail as I would have liked. And the great thing as well is that it increased client satisfaction. The clients were happier, which also increased our retention rate. And that is why right now I've got a 14-month retention rate. That is the second thing that I did. I hired better talent. And the third thing that I did is I stopped looking outwards so much. And what I mean by that is, when you're just starting out your agency, it's incredibly important to have a pipeline full of leads, qualified, ready to jump on almost. And in fact, even when you're at 50K a month, it's incredibly important to have that pipeline full at all times, right? Because it gives you a different level of abundance. And if for whatever reason a client starts acting up, you don't have to be tied to them, right? So you constantly have to have that pipeline full. But what I realized is that I was looking outwards way too much. And what that meant basically was that I wasn't really valuing the clients that I had. I wasn't really being grateful for the clients that I had. Wasn't really giving them as much attention as I should have, making sure that they're really, really well taken care of. Obviously, bear in mind, I still had incredible communication protocols, incredible reporting systems, but I was constantly trying to find ways of making things more effective, right? Or removing myself from the equation as much as possible. I realized that in the B2B space, if you have clients, you have to go the extra mile. At least when I started doing that, my clients became much more satisfied, because there's certain things that you cannot automate or scale or create systems around, right? You cannot create a system around jumping on a physical call with a client every single week, right? You cannot do that. But you can be on that call physically. You can put in the hours to make sure that your client is well taken care of. And unfortunately or fortunately, because I absolutely love going the extra mile for my clients, when it comes to the agency model, it's not a product that you can just scale and remove yourself from the equation as much as possible. You can do that by creating incredible systems, but there's always going to be that human element, and you really want to embrace this human element if you are to have success with your agency and if you are to have raving clients. And so I stopped looking outward so much, focusing on, who's the next client that I'm going to sign. And I started to be grateful, and I started to go the extra mile for the clients that I already had, right? Making sure that they're incredibly well taken care of, and making sure that we keep them around for a very, very long freaking time. So that is the third and final thing that I did for my outer game to go from 10K a month to 50K plus per month. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate if you made that ugly looking gray like button turn blue. Helps a ton with the algorithm, the whole channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, leave down below any questions, any feedback you've got in the comments. I'll be sure to check those out. If you haven't subbed to my channel, there's so much content coming out on entrepreneurship, social media marketing, agency, and a ton of other really cool benefits. And the final thing is, I mentioned this in a previous video, I keep it very low key, but my one-to-one mentorship is unfortunately coming to an end. I get insane demand for it. And literally, if you try to book a call on the scheduler for the application for it, as there's an application process, it's around a 2 to 3 week wait. But, I thought I'd let you guys know, especially because I'm getting a ton of DMs and I just don't really have the time to answer them all. I am going to be closing it in the next few weeks. I'm quite selective with the people that I do it in, but if you want to go ahead and apply, check out the link in the description. That is a link to the application page, the scheduler page. Go ahead and book in a call. And if you're a good fit, we can move forward and scale your agency to 10K plus a month. And that is that for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.